Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Total Biscuit of the WoW podcast, Blue Please, over on cynicalbrit.com. This is Stranglethorn Vale, as seen from the air, and we're actually in Zul'Gurub right now, or more specifically above it, which you can see is a complete zone that you can fly over, although if you do go in this way, you will note that the entire thing is empty. Nobody here. They've all buggered off elsewhere. Don't really blame them, considering we've been killing them for the past 4 or 5 years. I think they might have considered it's time to move on. Now, as you probably gathered from previous videos, I'm primarily a raider, so things like questing don't really matter so much to me. I've leveled one character only, and I've stuck with that character for the past 6 years. I feel a lot of attachment to it. Not really big into the background lore or anything like that either, but that's another debate for another time. What I will say, though, even with my jaded, cynical raiding heart, it's hard not to feel a little bit excited at the opportunity to look at these old zones, which we remember going through from a different perspective, and seeing how many changes have been made. Previous to this, of course, we only got to see things like Stranglethorn Vale from the ground, and from a perspective that Blizzard wanted us to see it. You'll be aware that hackers on private servers and things like that were able to have a look at places like Orgrimmar from the air by simply using various scripting techniques, and they ended up seeing that half of Orgrimmar didn't really exist. It was all smoke and mirrors. Plastic scenery, if anything. Obviously, they've had to complete all of this now, so everything has to be seen from the air, no cutting corners. So I'd imagine that's where a vast amount of the work has gone into. Now, I'm fairly sure this used to be here. I remember doing quests around it, so no big changes around here. Like I said, Stranglethorn Vale, fairly similar to the way that it used to be. This is mostly just a, hey, this is cool from flying 30 feet in the air kind of video. There's a couple of things I'd like to show you, though. We'll get onto that momentarily. It's surprising, really, to see in zones like this just how thick the tree line is. I mean, look at that. There's a lot of trees. View distance isn't quite as good as I would like. I've got mine set to maximum, and the fog is still fairly obvious. That, I imagine, is a limitation of the engine. Gromgol Base Camp. No big changes made here, which is fairly disappointing because I would have liked to see some Splinter Tree style stuff here. Again, maybe it's not been implemented yet. Go and have a look along the coast. Those water effects really showing themselves off in an area like this where the sunlight plays nicely on the surface right there. It's good stuff. If you like exploration, you're going to love this expansion. I don't think there's really any doubt about that. Okay, we're going to speed this up just a little bit to try and find some points of interest that may or may not have changed. This is a massive zone, and I think the last time I was in it doing anything of note in terms of questing would have been while leveling up my main, which is a mage, and that would have been approximately 5 years ago. There's something kind of neat over here. It's a crashed Zeppelin of some description. Not the standard type. Don't know if this was here before, but you can have a look at it from the air now. A dirigible, perhaps. Goblin piloting licenses evidently at a premium right now. Can't imagine what the insurance on that thing was. There is a fairly significant change coming up right here that you're going to want to have a look at. A direct result, of course, of the Cataclysm thing. There appears to be a big hole in the ground. Now that, I'm pretty sure wasn't there before. I'm sure someone will correct me otherwise. Tinkertown is currently in the Exodar, incidentally. A giant swirling maelstrom of some description. A whirlpool. A spinny thing. Goes by the name of the Sundering. Someone else is having a look there, too. And a ship fell in. That's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass to get out, but there you go. Okay, we're going to fly up the coast a little bit, and then I will take you to Booty Bay. Nothing else has honestly changed, to my knowledge. Again, it's been a very long time since I've been here, and people in the comments can certainly point out things they might have noticed. There's the Guribashi Arena from the air there. There is what appears to be some kind of goblin mining operation. I don't know if they're trying to get oil or what. You might think this is a little odd. Well, why, goblin oil rigs? That's ridiculous. Ruining the lore. Well, not really. They were in Warcraft 2, if you recall. I don't remember those being there before. On the coast there with the pirates, Bloodsail Buccaneers. And now rising over here, you get the glories of Booty Bay, which remains fairly unchanged, but looks an awful lot nicer from up here than it does from down there. A cool Caribbean port town or village. Oh, I remember the days of the ganking. And the running away from the goblins, and then they put the goblins in the water so that you couldn't easily escape, but it was doable anyway. It's a beautiful vista right there. And there's one thing I've always wanted to do. Let's see if I can. I'm trying to land on the top of this statue and take a picture. Avoiding the unpleasant sea giant. Let's see if we can get on there. We got it. No. Let's try it. And I don't even know if you can do it. Okay, surely this will be alright. No, I think they've designed it against that. Oh dear. Oh well, there you go. My name's been Total Biscuit. This has been a look at Stranglethorn Vale, and I will see you next time.